All right, I'm lumping these in together because we've already gotten to part 11. So, uh, what we're going to talk about right now is Lord Tensai, Ryback, and Brock Lesnar. Let's start off with Lord Tensai, or you could call him Albert, you could call him A-Train, whatever.
Shave
He's the
your
same guy.
back. Shave your back. Shave your back.
I'm a little surprised that they didn't say anything whatsoever about who he was on Raw. Uh, a little not surprised though because WWE likes to rewrite things. So,
Well, it's
uh,
kind of stupid. People knew who he was.
right, but well, it'll see how things go next week if they actually mention something about it.
But they
Supposedly
did
they
do on
said something on WWE.
WWE.com.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
but we'll see if they actually mention it on the air because WWE.com does things that they kind of retcon and stuff anyway. But
Yeah.
so he debuts against Alex Riley. Real shame that Riley has to just completely get jobbed out because he's got so much extra talent that they're not using. Uh, Bloom looks so out of shape, and I mean, yeah, I'm not really in shape, but that's not my job. So
Yeah, he
for
had
him to
total
come
man
back,
boobage.
at 40 years old and be that out of shape and everything, and them thinking that they're going to push him to the main event, this is not going to go over well.
Someone's gonna be mad.
What, me?
The world.
No, I think Vince is going to take one look at him and think, what the fuck's going on? It's the same expectation he had with Roadkill. We saw when ECW was like, oh my god, push him to the moon. They went to WWE Developmental, saw him there, and looked at him and thought, my god, this guy's short. And they got released.
Hmm. But yeah,
So,
I'm hoping that they have the sensibility that they don't push him straight to the moon because if they sent Brodus Clay home for losing weight and not being safe in the ring and all that kind of stuff, they got to do something about the whole Lord Tensai thing because he is really overweight and very very sluggish in the ring with Riley. I mean that was a shit match.
Yeah, I
yeah.
gave as much of a shit as the crowd did. Just
Yeah,
saying.
but
Yeah.
is there anything you guys are looking forward to with Lord Tensai or
Not really.
yeah?
Negative.
I just don't see the appeal of bringing someone back who's like 40. You know, and trying to make some sort of long-term investment out of that. It just doesn't make much sense to me.
Maybe
I
this is all a
think
ruse and it's all supposed to be a push for Sakamoto.
Yeah, maybe.
the thing is, I'm not against it at all, but I think he needs to sort of shape up a bit. Because Braden Walker, when he came to WWE, they released his
Oh,
ass
Oh,
for
can't blame him.
looking half as worse as that.
Right.
So you can't allow a guy to slide and look like he's man tits. You could literally milk those things. So he needs to just literally go to the gym, cut his weight down, get himself into at least half decent shape. It's not hard. All you got to do is just get on a fucking treadmill, and make sure that you're in at least decent shape so you can keep going. Because I know the squash matches are one-sided, but eventually he's going to be put into positions where he's going to need to wrestle, and he's going to need to wrestle against someone of the caliber of probably CM Punk or Daniel Bryan, or guys like
Even like a
even
Kofi
Big Show.
Kingston.
Even Big Show, who's going to literally have to go toe to toe with him. So he can't rely on squash matches. He's got to be in shape.
That it for Tensai? Nothing
Yeah.
else?
pretty
Okay, well then
much.
let's go to Ryback, otherwise known as Skip Sheffield. He comes out on SmackDown, squashes, what was his name, Barry Stevens or something?
My mom.
Something like that. But he, a little bit surprised that they're having him come out as a face, but I'm happy about it. Or at least it looks like he's a baby face, I don't know. But I'm happy about it because I'm so tired of everybody just coming in and being a dominant monster
Heel.
heel.
Yeah.
Now, granted, they had him originally come in as a babyface with the whole yip 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 what it do bullshit, and then of
What
course
did you?
he didn't get any credible until they made him a heel, and now they're trying to transition it a little bit. But I think he's got potential. I'm looking forward to it in some ways, and in some other ways, I'm very, very hesitant to think that they're going to pull this off, because I think with all this shit going on, bringing in Damian Sandow, Lord Tensai, Ryback, Brock Lesnar, and trying to hold the rest of the roster together, they're going to completely lose track of this shit very, very early on. So don't be surprised if these guys kind of fall by the wayside. But otherwise, I hope that Ryback kind of lives up to his potential. But we'll see. What do you guys think?
Again, when you look at Skip Sheffield, Vince has got a big hard on for this guy. He literally feels that he could be the number 2 babyface in the company. I don't see it.
No.
I think he needs a slow and steady push towards the mid card. If that don't work out, put him in a tag team. You know, he can literally work in certain roles, like being like the Monster Enforcer. It worked well for him with the Nexus. He could do that, or you know, get into situations where he can use his strength and power, but not put him in matches with guys that can work yet. You know, just give him a slow and steady build. He should be fine. But
I'm thinking
any other
test
progress,
level.
yeah, he needs to. I think he could go up to the mid card eventually. But again, it has to be slow. They're
Braden
pushing
Dace?
too quick. That's it.
Completely
Uh,
uninterested.
Yeah. Well, you know, you can't really tell from one squash match where this is going to go. I couldn't even tell if he's really a face or a heel. But, you know, I guess we'll just have to see where it's going to go in the coming weeks. I mean, he's been gone forever.
About a
You
year
know,
and a half, right?
yeah, almost, yeah.
Almost
It'd have
two.
to be at least. So it's kind of like like wait and see where it goes sort of deal before I can really figure out if I'm going to be excited for it or not.
One thing that everybody's talking about now, of course, is the Brock Lesnar one, so let's get into that. Lesnar returns, shows up, gives Cena an F5. That's about it. My first reaction for this, I wasn't expecting Lesnar to come out, and that's going to point out the little graphic I got up right now that I completely wasn't expecting him. So that was a little bit of a shock for me. I thought at the very least they would kind of debut him maybe at Extreme Rules. Maybe something along the lines of like John Cena gets a match against like The Miz or I don't know, somebody along those lines where Cena's about to win and Cena loses because Brock Lesnar comes out and attacks him, and we find out that he's kind of like got something to do with Laurinaitis, or I don't know, something kind of going on with that. But when from one F5, everybody's kind of going nuts about it and stuff. I thought to myself, he looks really short and really out of shape. But I mean, the guy had a whole bunch of health problems, so you can't really blame him too much.
Yeah, I sort of put that point across to you when you were saying that.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. But I'm not somebody who is really on the Brock Lesnar train as much as everybody else is, because I wasn't watching wrestling at the time. So
The thing is, he's got a shitload of potential. He has a shitload of potential, but he lacks motivation. That's one of his biggest problems. When he was with the WWE before, he tapped out after about, I think it was 2 years with the company.
Yeah, he'd only been on the roster for like 2 years, then he left.
Yeah.
Burnt out
Because
after
he
2
couldn't-
years.
Yeah. So don't expect him to stay another year after this.
no, especially if he's getting some, what was it, $5 million to do this.
Yeah.
So
He's actually even said it in his book that he looks at ways of making money quickly and with less effort.
can't blame him.
No, can't at all. He's
WWE
utilising
paid me
the
to do
gifts
shit
that he's
for it.
given.
Yeah, I would do it.
Yeah, exactly. But the same thing, when you look at guys like Lesnar and his mentality, it's going to rub a lot of people up the wrong way.
It already has. Apparently, there's reports talking about the backstage morale is pissed at him the same way they were with The Rock.
Well, I think they've got a good relevant reason to be pissed at The Rock because of the fact that he came in there, half-assed it, and got a good payday out of it, including free promotion for his own bloody career, his acting career, and he's not going to dedicate time towards wrestling, and it showed in that main event at Mania. It showed at Survivor Series, and with Lesnar, they shouldn't really be as pissed because Lesnar's going to make people look good.
We hope.
Yeah.
If he's on the ball, he will. If it turns into a Bill Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar situation when he left the company because him and Goldberg had such a terrible match, then yeah, if he has a sucky match with Cena, I'll be the first person to say dump him. But I don't think Lesnar's going to do that because I think he's going to want more opportunity to prove his worth to the company this time around.
Well, what type of matches do you guys expect to see, and what are you looking forward to?
He better not interrupt my CM Punk Stone Cold match next year.
I see it's going to be more physical matches, and it's going to be building towards a Lesnar versus Rock match at WrestleMania.
I still don't fucking get that at all. That just seems so pointless to me.
And random on top of that.
Yeah, and they've already had matches together, so
matches,
why?
Aren't they?
I see more potential in the feud Lesnar and Cena because they could kind of go off the fact that you came to be like this huge top superstar after I left.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't around anymore, and you rose to the top because of my absence. If I had stuck around, you wouldn't be where you're at today.
Yeah, the next big thing, and then the next big thing.
Kind of build a feud off of that. I think that's the most potential thing that they have going for Brock coming back as a feud with Cena. At least for me, it is. I don't get the whole why they would want to do Brock and Rock again. That seems kind of random to me.
SummerSlam when Lesnar won the WWE Championship.
Yeah, I know that initial match, so I guess there's some sort of history there, but I think the more intriguing program is with Cena for sure.
No, I agree. I agree. That's why they've slotted him into that situation with Cena on Raw. They're building towards something, which is great.
Well, what do you guys think about the possibility of them having Brock Lesnar take the title away from CM Punk?
I don't think that should happen.
I don't think it necessarily should. I think it will.
The Rock, I think Dave Bautista, those guys should not be near the title at all. And Dave Bautista, fuck you. You should be nowhere near the wrestling ring. No way in fucking hell. If you come back, I'll be fucking.
Is he thinking about coming back?
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea he was even thinking about coming back. I thought he was angry with the direction of the company or some stupid bullcrap like that.
He's a fucking hypocrite. They're trying to entice him at the moment. He's looking for big money.
Oh, he always is.
Back. And you know what? I hope that 40-year-old piece of shit doesn't come back. And because I'm getting sick and tired of them putting guys to the side who work hard and having guys who have no fucking intention of helping the company come back. And literally just do fucking shit all for their payday.
Well, I'm very worried about how many people they're throwing in here because we've gotten The Rock, Jericho, Tensai, Ryback, Brock Lesnar, the possibility of Batista, and what's going to happen to The Miz, what's going to happen to Dolph Ziggler, what's going to happen to Cody Rhodes, Zack Ryder, these other guys that are building themselves up, Wade Barrett is supposed to be getting his Money in the Bank match. I mean, there's no room for all these guys. You almost need a third brand just for main eventers. They have way too many main eventers already, which is you'd think that would be a good thing, but it's going to be encroaching on all of the people like Dolph Ziggler and everything. And then there's rumors that they're going to have this big push for the new talent like that for WrestleMania. How? If you're going to run a headlining match of The Rock versus Brock Lesnar. That's not even two people that are on your normal roster.
This is the thing. This is the problem that's building up. And this is the reason why people are getting pissed. You can't have guys on your roster offer the big money deals just so you can have a big headline next year. The Rock versus Cena wasn't even that. The build was terrible. The match wasn't, as expected. And they're expecting fans to sort of lap that shit up. And it's not going to work. You need commitment. You need commitment from the guys that you put on your roster. So the best thing to do is keep the part-timers away from the World Championships. They don't need them. Lesnar's over without the world title. Rock is over without the world title. You don't need them to have it.
I hope that
history.
I hope that by this time next year we're not talking about how the Rock versus Brock Lesnar went. That we at the very least have like Lesnar against Undertaker and Rock against somebody else.
And Stone Cold versus CM Punk was the match of the year.
Right, something like that. I mean, we'll see. I mean, I'm giving
to have Lesnar and Taker at Mania. It would be sound.
Right.
Because that's the only match that's the match people want to see.
So I'm looking forward to the potential that they have, but I'm also very hesitant to believe that they'll pull it off. But for anybody that thinks I'm always too pessimistic, I'm looking forward to it. So I'll only bitch about it if I need to.
And I'm holding my hand up there as well. I marked out as soon as Lesnar went in that ring. I marked out with Braden, and I basically went fucking shit crazy as soon as Lesnar came in and F5 Cena. And, I'm looking forward to it as well. As long as Lesnar keeps himself focused. Because people need to understand about history. If people don't understand it, it will be doomed to repeat itself. And he had a big money deal with the WWE previously. Mm-hmm. So people need to be wary of that. If he disappears off of TV next week and doesn't come back, you'll know why. And I'm not saying that he's going to do that. I'm just saying people need to be wary of that.
Mm-hmm. All right, well then that's it for episode 23. Anything you guys want to plug or anything?
Yeah, I've got my site going up, my blog, nerdgenius.com, nerdgenius.com. Also my YouTube channel, The Nerd Genius. I'm doing 3 playthroughs at the moment. Season 1, which is Dark Souls. Season 3, which is Castle Crashers. And Season 4, Fable 2. Again, each of these playthroughs will end with a review, a rather British review. So if you guys like to check that out, that's basically it from me. I've also got a video that's going to be posted very shortly about me ranting about WrestleMania 28. So
wasn't enough time here.
And also, with help of Tony Mango, tomorrow I will be uploading the pilot for rewriting the book.
Anything else, guys?
Just keep your eyes posted. I've got a project I'm working on, made a few phone calls today, and I hope it pans out the way I expect.
Ooh, mystery.
Yeah.
I'm too tired for plugs.
Spood Beast. SPOODBEEST. There you go. YouTube.
Yeah.
Pulled it off for you. So that is it for episode 23. This has been another Smark Out moment, and we're being counted out. See you next time.
It's an outro, baby! It's outro, baby! It's an outro, baby! I know it, outro! It's an outro for show! It's an outro! I don't know what to do after that.